Hi everyone, it's Simmer Hills and we're back in Tiny Town with our 5th resident, and the newest resident of Tiny Town will be Annie Apature. So welcome to Tiny Town Annie. Annie likes industrial style. Her skill is photography, so she's got to make money from that, and her favourite colour is red. So let's see what Annie's journey is going to consist of. Now, because her skill is photography, it can take a long time to build up your initial money. So the photography skill goes from 1 to 5. So when she's at level 5, she's the top of the photography skill. It's not like some of the others where there's 10 levels. There's only 5 in the photography skill. So it's a lot of taking pictures, and I would recommend, if you're going to do this challenge, especially with this skill, is once you've finished this particular character, is clear your screenshots, because you're going to end up with so many screenshots from just this character. So I would recommend maybe just switching, getting rid of your screenshots when it's finished. Obviously keep the ones you want to keep, but you'll have loads of screenshots that are just awful. So yeah, I would recommend getting rid of them. They'll be in your Sims 4 documents folder under screenshots, and you just end up with so many. Oh god, there's a fire. What a start to her journey here. And I don't know what it is with this grill, any of the grills, but they're always making this Persian thing. It just ends up everywhere, and I don't know why I've kept a grill, because that's all they seem to do on it, is create these Persians. Maybe just the the pizza oven and waffle maker would be better for the community lot, because the barbecues don't seem to get barbecued on. They just make this I don't even know what it is, like a vitality Persian or something like that. So I don't know. But that's all they seem to do on it. So we're having a little bit of a rearrangement, just now we've got the new character in. We're having a little bit of a sort out. And obviously, as I said in the last video, with these edge pieces, the Sims can't walk over them. So it does give you distinct paths in here, because they can't just walk across this, which is quite nice, because you don't really want walking through plants and things. But yeah, this area is mainly for Beatrice, because she's obviously the cook. So I thought it'd be nice to have like an outdoor kitchen. But the only thing is, the weather really affects your appliances, so you've got to have your appliances undercover, which I do kind of sort out a little bit later. I wanted a little bit of seating here as well, but I thought when I'd kind of rearranged it, it didn't look quite right the other side, so the grill ends up getting moved where the benches are, and I think I moved one of the benches round, but I just didn't think it was right having the grill right near the dustbin. So that got moved, and it doesn't stay like this, thankfully, because it looks awful. And yeah, you do. And I also wondered, if I kept it there, would the dew collector set on fire? That was another concern. So, and I don't know if it works like that, but I just didn't think it was a great idea to have it like that. So it does end up changing. Obviously a lot of this is going to be cut out with when she's taking pictures, but I've tried to keep as much of her journey in as possible, because yeah, it's a long journey for little old Annie. So she's had a first table sale, and it's gone pretty well. She's made a decent start to her funds just to get her started in Tiny Town. Obviously the bills are a little bit more expensive now. They're about £10,000, 10,000 simoleons every time the bills get delivered, so they are steadily increasing with every sim. I think we need maybe some more solar panels to try and reduce the bills, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. But obviously they have steadily increased, especially with the last few sims that we've had move in. So Annie's just having a good clear up. The guests here just seem to make themselves at home and leave dirty pots everywhere. Look, there's Cypress grilling some more Persian. more. She's drunk one of them, but I mean, you can't even drink as many as they make. So that is just something that we have to deal with the grill. We've still got our animals, and the shed is still mucky pretty often. So it needs a lot of maintenance, this little shed. But the llama's pretty happy. I did think maybe some photos of the animals might do better, but I don't think it really matters what you take pictures of, although it's quite nice to have some nice screenshots. So try and mix it up with some people and some scenery. And yeah, she's taking pictures of just local residents. Try and get some good shots for her skill building. And then get them sold because she really needs some money. And obviously the money in this one was probably the slowest earner out of all of them so far, I think, until a bit later on, but definitely to start with it was a really slow burner for the money. The good thing is when you're taking pictures, it doesn't take any time, real Sims time, but obviously it does take your time, so it's quite, yeah, it feels like it takes a lot longer, but in Sims time it doesn't. So it's more in real time, because when you're taking the pictures, obviously it takes time, but in the Sims day, not much time has passed. So it's just getting through the grind of taking as many pictures as you can, whilst keeping needs and everything met that Annie needs. And obviously her needs are pretty low at the moment. She's got a weak bladder and she's very hungry. So she's sorted one of them out and she needs to sort another one out. Frank Stem's at the grill. Good old Frank. He's a friend to all the residents. Everyone seems to love Frank. I don't know what it is about him, but they all seem to love him, and Cyprus tried to chat him up even though he's married. So yeah, he's got some kind of effect over the Sims. I don't know what it is with Annie, but she doesn't like being stood behind the table. She likes to come in front and sell from the front of the table. Maybe she likes to see her pictures when she's talking about them, which would make sense, as if she was in an art gallery pointing out the good parts of a painting. So maybe that's why she likes to stand in front of the table, but she definitely does not like to sell from behind the table. I kept trying to get her back there so she was selling, but no. Her charisma skill's going up, so hopefully she'll be able to sell a bit quicker. But overall, I've found the selling of photographs to be quite difficult. Like Beatrice had no problem selling her food, but I suppose when it's food and people can smell it, they want to buy it. Photography is not quite the same. So we're just having a bit of a change around in the community lot. The computers have been moved into the bigger room now, and what was a library is now a bedroom stroke chill out room. And I thought this would be good for any Sims moving in, so they don't have to sleep in their tent. They can now sleep on a fold out bed, because it's a bit comfier. I mean, it's in the community centre, so people can come in. It's not quite as private, but it is a comfier bed. So that it's got ups and downs to have this, but I just thought it would be nice, considering they're coming in with the bigger bills as well. It's maybe nice to have a treat for the Sims who come to the town later on. So Annie has just come to Tomarang, and she's gone to Zersul. How do you pronounce it? Zersul Taman Botany? I'm guessing that's how it's pronounced. And I thought she could get some nice screenshots here. Nice photographs, sorry. She's got plants, she's got statues here, boats pass by here. It's actually a really pretty spot. I don't know if it means her photos are worth anymore, but at least she's getting some nice pictures here, rather than just taking pictures of dead trees, which she was at her home lot. She doesn't have that here. She's got plenty of colour, plenty of life, and yeah, it's a really pretty area. And if you want some nice screenshots in your game, definitely get your Sims here, because it is actually really stunning, this little area. And I don't think I've really used it. I actually think I want to redo this lot. I would like to do like a new community lot here, because there's not much there if you come and visit it for Sims to do. So the only reason to come here would be for the screenshots, but it would nice, like maybe a day area with some activities, a little food truck, and some things that your Sims can do would be nice. But still have all the pretty flowers and stuff around you. That would be quite nice. So I think that's something that I want to do in the future as well, is redo that lot. And I've not really been to Tomarang very much, so it's something that could be done. So Annie's just taking part in New Year. That's what all the twinkly lights around the town are. So all the fences are lit up. So it's a little celebration for them all, having New Year here. Countdown to midnight as well is something that the Sims love to do, which is what was on the TV. So yeah, she got a nice little bit of a New Year's celebration, and hopefully we'll start getting some colourful plants back, because it's looked a bit dull in winter, but at least we won't have the snow, so it's going to be a bit warmer for her. I think poor Beatrice got the raw end of the deal there. Back in Oasis Springs for some more screenshots, and again this area is really pretty with flowers, and I mean, it's not even at its best because the flowers are still not as vibrant because it's not summer, but I still think this area is pretty. And obviously this park is one I modified, because there was a park here originally and I just tried to zhuzh it up a little bit. So Annie, after a trip to the park, decided to clean out the animals, do some hard graft after having a chill out day at the park, do some dumpster diving, which really affects her mood. But a quick shower and she's revived, ready for some food. We have got a water heater and things now, so we're trying with the eco part of this lot, but I'm not sure how well it's going. Like I say, the bills are really excessive still. These are some of the things we got from the dumpster, so I thought, well, why not use them in Tiny Town? So we've got a better stereo. We can maybe have some discos and some dance-offs or something now, because the other stereo was not very big, and a little poof to sit on. So we're getting some little accessories. Azure is the perfect model for Annie, so she's always a willing participant in her photography challenges and just getting her skill up. So yeah, Azure's a great model and she poses a lot. Azure's just going to go take a few more pictures of other people before starting another table sale of the pictures she's just taken. So she's got a few with Ziggy, and yeah, I think the ones that are left are all Ziggy and Annie. So they had some selfies together, which made some great pictures, which obviously they're friends, they're happy to buy because they know Annie and Ziggy. So it's a nice little memory they can have on their walls. Can we sell these last couple? I think there's only... oh, there's 3 left. I thought there was only 2. There's only 3 left. So if Annie can sell them, that'll be a successful sale. But she's... anyway, even without those, she has enough to start building her tiny home in Tiny Town. So at least she's got enough to make a start and have some walls. And I don't know if she'll be able to furnish it yet. Her money's not that great, but at least she can make a start. Yeah, she's only got 1,000 simoleons left, just over 1,022, and it goes down quickly, especially when you're trying to keep to a theme. Now, bearing in mind Annie's theme is industrial, some of the stuff is not that cheap for the industrial theme, so we'll have to see how she gets on. But yeah, the money's not going to go very far at the moment, so she's not going to get a fully functional house straight away, but at least she's got the start. She's got the kind of bare bones of her house and it'll start to take shape hopefully soon. Also, you'll have seen in the community centre we've now got a bedroom downstairs. That's for any Sims who for some reason say there isn't enough beds, which I'm getting quite a bit actually, so I've put some spare beds down there. And then if for some reason there isn't enough, there is enough. All the houses have got a bed, so I'm not sure why that happens. I think it's just a glitch, possibly because of a mod, but having the extra beds just seems to sort that issue out. So she's just come to Frank's to take a few more pictures. She's come in a Jimmy Jam, so she must feel comfortable around Frank, and I think his house is just really cute. It definitely suits his little image, and it's really quaint. I love Frank's house. I just think it's really, really pretty and cute, like a cottage, but not, because it's quite. I know it's big. It's small for a house, but it looks big from the outside. It looks smaller on the inside than it does on the outside. So Annie's house is a little bit different actually than everybody else's. So the downstairs of Annie's house is going to be her business. So she's got her photography studio downstairs, and then upstairs is going to be her living space. Obviously at the minute she hasn't got enough money to make that dream a reality. That's going to be something that she's got to work to. And at the minute, if people come to her photography studio, they might think, oh, she's not got much of a setting for her photography studio, but she's working on it, and hopefully with selling a few more pictures she'll be able to get a bit more of a decent kind of studio, because it's very basic, her studio at the minute, but hopefully we'll make it look a bit nicer for her. And we could do with some models taking photos, and I think it works a little bit awkwardly. You seem to have to ask someone to pose on the spot and then click the camera and then ask Annie to take the picture. So it's like a 2-part process, but if you do it just on the camera, sometimes she can be waiting there a really long time and nobody turns up. So I think it works better if you ask them to pose on the marker and then take the picture. Azure obviously is just happy to be in the pictures. This toilet is looking disgusting. Whoever's used it has not cleaned it or flushed it, which is just disgusting. For a community toilet, this town needs to book up its ideas, and they know new people will be moving in, and that can't be the first impression they want of the town, which is that they're all filthy. So hopefully they improve in the hygiene stakes, because they're disgusting with that toilet. I don't know what's wrong with them. So maybe we need a self-cleaning toilet. So Annie's selling a few more pictures. There's a lot of selfies, one with her in Cyprus and some just Annie on her own. So let's see if she can sell all of these ones. It'd be nice for her to have a clear table at the end of the sale. I think there was just one left that time, so that was pretty good sale. And a few more pictures of the residents, and a nice picture of Cyprus and Beatrice having a cuddle, which was nice. And we've got enough money to just do a bit more to the house, so she's got 6,000 simoleons this time, so hopefully we can make a few more improvements on the house and make it a little bit more interesting. Yeah, we'll make it a little bit more interesting. So we've got rid of the glass roof, which I thought was actually a nice idea with the studio, but it's just space wise it wasn't the best use of space, and it is a tiny home, so we've got to be mindful of the space that Annie's got and try and make the most of it. Although saying that, I've probably wasted some space having this area downstairs which cannot be accessed, but I just thought it really suited the build to have this, so I really wanted to keep this bit. So she's got a two-tone house. She's got the brick and the like grey render, which hopefully it does kind of give off that industrial feel. I think the grey render is quite modern. It's like a modern industrial, and then the red brick is probably more traditional industrial. But I think the two together go really nicely on this one. And then we've used the half walls to make these balcony areas. The downstairs balcony is not going to be a usable area, it's just for decoration. And then the upstairs balcony is going to be somewhere Annie can just go, and she's got that area to chill out for herself. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of segregated areas on here, but remember, for this house, the downstairs is a business, because I know this probably looks quite a bit bigger than the other properties in the town, but if you actually just look at the upstairs, it's not that big of a living area. It's just she needs to be able to use this for her business. So yeah, it looks quite a bit bigger. These beams from, is it Eco Lifestyle? I love these. It really winds me up that you can't change the direction once you've put them in place. And if you could, I'd probably use them more, because as you could see, some were facing different directions. And even if you put one on a different level, they can be in different directions. It's just really frustrating. So I didn't end up using them, but I thought they would have gone with this build really well. We've got these like metal, I don't even know what they are, but it's like what you see on old factories and stuff, and I thought there was a really good, it was like a building that had been here. Maybe this was originally here when Tiny Town was built, and that wall was kept and built upon. For some reason they couldn't take it down. But these, I think they really add to the industrial feel of the property. So Annie's bedroom's going to go at the front, and then she's going to have a bathroom and an open plan living room. And I did struggle with the floor plan, not with the floor plan, just the bathroom. I did struggle with the bathroom on this one, because it was somewhere where I couldn't really change where it was going. It had to go in the corner behind the stairs, and it just made it a bit difficult to add the access to it. So you'll see what I do with the bathroom in the end, but it is a bit of an awkward shape, and it's just long and narrow, but I just thought that was the best outcome for what we had with the bathroom. So Annie's journey is a little bit different, because she had massive struggles making any kind of money with photography. I mean, other people might have a different success story with photography, but Annie was struggling, and because she's one of the later residents to join, I just thought she needed an easier way to make enough money, just even to cover the bills. So because her photography skills are up now, she has gone for the freelance photography jobs. So it's still making money through photography, which is not technically cheating, but it is a job. But it's not like she's got a job all the time. You've got to select the gigs. But I just thought, well, it's still making money from photography, so I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that for Annie's journey. Coming into Tiny Town, having big bills, I think this is something that she needed. A way to make a decent amount of money from her photography. And she deserves to make the money. She takes some cracking photographs. So the wall behind Annie at the moment, between the two windows, eventually that will become a photo wall. So this is going to be Annie's contribution to the community centre, is to make a photo wall of all the residents. So obviously she can't take a picture of every resident, from residents who have not yet moved in, who we've not got yet. So I need to add them later on, because I would like a full wall of all the residents, and I just think that would be a nice addition to the community centre. So not necessarily a huge contribution like some people's, Cypress, obviously, woodworker, created the whole building. His contribution's pretty huge, but I think hers is quite a sentimental addition and something that just adds a bit of character to the building. So it's quite a nice little addition. So Annie's come to the museum to take pictures of people in formal wear. This is part of her task for her freelance gig. So she needs to take pictures of people in formal wear, and there was a couple of other things as well to get paid out for this. That was Frank. To get paid out for this one. Cypress looked really unhappy. I don't know why. I don't know why he was unhappy. But most people look like they're having a good time. Some people look less formal. Is it Bess or Beth Sterling? She doesn't look very formal, but most people have dressed up for the occasion. So at least the event went down well anyway. She got a gold star for that, and she got a piano, but the piano is no good to us. So I thought we'll sell that, and then that can help pay for it can pay for her to start actually having somewhere to live, because she needs accommodation. So yeah, so this is the bathroom, and I did try loads of different layouts for the bathroom, and this is the best I could come up with for the space that I had for the bathroom. I could have moved the bathroom, but I just thought it made sense having it in this back corner. And like I say, it's not a big living space that she's got, but then that wall that faces the living space, it couldn't have had a door on it. It wouldn't have made sense to have the door on there because she's not got that much living space. So it made sense to have the door on the side, and then that made the bathroom really tricky to furnish, because basically the bathroom's like another corridor. But I suppose if it's an industrial build, you've got to work with what you've got, and this is what Annie has got. It's a very thin, narrow bathroom. Luckily, she's not going to spend the majority of her time in this room, so I think it's just one of those things she's got to put up with, that she has a bathroom that's like this. But then that makes her living space a bit more manageable to furnish, because she's got the kitchen at the back, and then she's got a bit of a living area. And yeah, I just thought this was the best use of the space. If you'd have furnished it differently though, please leave a comment and let me know what you would have done with this particular space, or if you'd have done a completely different style build to this. Everybody's interpretation of industrial will be slightly different. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see other people's different viewpoints of industrial and how they would have done it. So even though this particular kitchen, the top kitchen, doesn't go with the bottom, I thought that works really well in an industrial style kitchen. Having some things on display, making it look just interest. I just think it adds a point of interest to this. So I quite liked those, even though they're probably not officially an industrial trend. I just thought it went really well with it. So that's why I went with that. You'll just seen me add a fence in. That was just because I wanted to get the edging on the outside. I wanted it to only go up to the beams, and if I didn't have a wall on the inside, it wouldn't do it for whatever reason. So I just wanted to get that right on the outside, which is why I had to cut the room up and then re-add the stairs in. It wasn't that much of a faff, to be honest. It just meant the outside looked right from the outside. So we've got an old broken TV, so she can't actually watch TV, but I just think it adds that bit of visual interest. And then she's got the wall decal, which just adds that industrial charm to her living space. She's got another one in the bedroom. I think that's like a wolf print or something like that. with newspapers. I thought that looked really quirky. So she's probably got the quirkiest house in the whole town. Hopefully we can get her a better bed, because that bed looks a bit sad in this room. And it's not the biggest room actually, but I don't think she needs a massive lot of furniture in an industrial style building. I don't think it needs to be too cluttered. She just needs like set pieces that really set the tone. I looked at some of the custom content ones, and I really liked those as well, but I was trying to keep the cost I didn't want it to be like too expensive. So yeah, I ended up going with I don't think it's base game. It could be base game, but I went with one of the normal Sims beds rather than a CC option. So yeah, it came together. It just took a while. It did take a while. Her bedroom, like I say, is not very big, but she's got a walk-in wardrobe, so at least that's not taking up space in the room. And then I couldn't put a bedside cabinet in front of the wardrobe because I don't think it would work unless you could access it from the other side. I'm not sure, but I didn't want it to be inaccessible. So I only put a bedside cabinet at one side of the bed. And then at least the wardrobes, nothing's blocking the wardrobe then. I think they go into it from the door that's further forward, but I could be wrong. It could be the other side. I should have really play tested it to see if she could then have another bedside table, but it doesn't matter. I think it works with just one. I did like the bookcase one, but I thought it looked too modern in this room. It just didn't really suit it, so I ended up going with a CC bedside table. And I think this building is starting to really have its. You can see the personality of the building now, and as you can see, there's a downstairs gardening area just outside the studio. So hopefully, once that's filled with plants, that'll look nice. A few more pictures in her studio, which is looking very bare still, and it needs a few decorations in that studio. But Azure doesn't seem to mind. She's having loads of pictures from Annie. I think she's been her star model. I think Annie, if she's famous for photography, it's because of her pictures of Azure. She seems to have portraits are her speciality. So she's back in her studio trying to get a few more photos, and hopefully she will make a bit more money and do up her house a little bit more, and then hopefully start working on her aspiration, which is to have a child. She wants a child, and I think we can make that work with her. As long as she's got a decent income, she can raise a child. Doesn't need to be huge, but she needs to be able to manage her bills to raise a child. So we've got to make some changes, Annie, and get you thriving rather than just surviving. Which at the minute, yeah, you're not there yet, but you're getting there, and you're getting some basic skills. You've got your cooking, so that's a good sign. Oh, I say that as she sets fire to her house. I think I had to remove this trait because when that scared of fire thing is on, you get fires constantly. So I removed that, which you can do with the UI Cheats mod. I think it's that mod that you can remove it with. But I was like, I can't be dealing with fires every time she uses the grill and the cooker. So I just got rid of it, and hopefully we won't get as many fires now, because we've been getting a lot of fires. So, and they started with Beatrice Jam actually. We started getting quite a few fires. So yeah, I'm hoping for less fires and more calmness. Look, Cypress is sleeping on a bench when there's so many beds. I just don't get it. I just like, come on guys, use the beds. There's loads. I've made sure the doors are unlocked. I really don't know what the issue is. I'm guessing it's just a mod. that's causing the issue. But yeah, they keep sleeping on benches. But there's sofas. I mean, you could see Cyprus was in the community centre. There was a bed there he could have used. I honestly don't get it. Azure's now on the bench. Like, I don't get it. Come on. You'll go in the community centre and then come and sleep on the bench. Just use the houses that we've built for you. Anyway, as long as they stay roommates, they can sleep where they want. I won't let it bother me. They can sleep where they want. So Annie's took on another assignment anyway to try and make a bit more money. And let's try and get some finishing touches to her house as well. Her house is actually looking really nice already, I think. So she's going to meet Leanne, who is a style influencer. So part of the tasks when you take on photography as a freelancer is chatting to style influencers. And you do it on the computer actually. And then once you've chatted with them on the computer, you can meet with them and change their outfits, take pictures of them, and that can all add to making money from whichever gig you've chosen. And obviously it will depend on the theme of the gig, because some of them is like sports clothing or some of it will be formal. So there's all different ones, and then if you pick their outfit, you can ask them to then change into an outfit that you need to take a picture of. So for example, if it's a formal outfit task, then you can ask them to change into their formal outfit before you then take the pictures of them, and then that will count towards the gig. But sometimes it's got extra bits as well. It's not just take that picture and you'll get paid, and then you've got to submit it for approval, and if the client likes it then they will pay. So, and then you can upload it to social media and you can get fame points and things from it as well. So you can get bonuses for yourself in the game and get paid. So I mean, the important thing, especially in this challenge, is that she gets paid. She needs the money. So, but the extras are a nice little bonus as well. So she's got this sofa area. So I imagine this is the waiting area for her studio. So when people come in, they might not be ready to get in front of the camera straight away. Some people might need to get changed, or they might need to discuss with Annie, who's the photographer, what they want from the photography session. So she's got this little waiting area when you come in, so you can sit down, I say have a cup of tea, but she can't really offer a cup of teas because she hasn't got a kettle or anything in the waiting area. But you can imagine them just having a little bring your own coffee and you can sit there, have a coffee, discuss what you want to get from your pictures that she's going to take. So it's a nice little chill out area before the photography starts. And I think that sofa looks really comfy and it fits in with the industrial vibe with that the decoration behind it on the wall. Looks like an old-fashioned picture from a factory. There's a load of pictures from Azure again. I think she's going to be famous for Annie's pictures. So if she wasn't famous before, she will be because of these pictures. There's a little balcony as well. I thought this would be a nice area if she wanted to take some outdoor shots of somebody. So I tried to make a little area where people could sit outside and Annie could take pictures of them. I know it doesn't exactly work like that in the game, but that's how I imagine that little area. And I suppose you could move the camera, but with it being close to the doors, you would probably have to delete the doors if you want to take pictures of people on that seat. But yeah, that's what I thought of it. So it's part of the studio, but it's yeah, it probably won't ever get used, but I just thought it was a nice little addition that there was an outside kind of area for her to take more pictures. But yeah, it's just a shame the game doesn't quite work like that. And just a few more decorations to make her living space a little bit more homely, because it's kind of stark. Even though it's a small space, it's still kind of stark. There's not much in there. So yeah, she's minimalist probably, but not too minimalist. I don't want it to be like really, really bare. And she's got some photo frames, because I thought if she's a photographer, she's definitely going to have some photos up in her house. So we obviously need to add those pictures to her room. I'm going to a CC of Taylor Swift as well, so why not? Yeah, we've got a nice arty picture of Taylor Swift. So Annie Apature is a Swiftie. Who would have known it? And a little bubble machine on her patio. So when she chills out, she's really chilling out, this girl. Yeah, Annie has definitely got the chill out area mastered. Couple of lights to light this area up, and I think it just kind of finishes this area off. This. So she's got some plants around there, the plants downstairs. I think this building has got loads of personality. And I really like that garden downstairs, even though it's not usable. I just think it really suits this building. So we've got that, and then we've got some paving stones to get to the building. So we've made like it's like a homemade path out of these. They're actually rugs, but they're supposed to look like stone. So, and I think they kind of look like they're meant to make a path. So yeah, we've used them as like stepping stones. And they're sized up as well. I think they're sized up. I think they're a little bit smaller to start with. So we've got that. And then just some edge painting with it's like a muddy type swatch, just to make it look like the house has been there for a little bit, and you've got it just gives a bit more realism to it. And I like to put it under hedges and trees and things like that. It makes it look real rather than it's just been plopped on the ground. So yeah, them swatches really help. And if you lower the opacity down as well, you can have a bit more control over it, because if you have it halfway up, it's quite heavy. So if you lower the opacity, you can control what you want to have that like muddy shadow effect on the ground. You can see it around these borders as well. So I use it in quite a few areas in Tiny Town. So Annie has decided to adopt, because part of her aspiration is to have a child, but she's got no partner, and it didn't stop her. So she's adopted Joanne, who's a little girl, and the only thing is there's no room for a child's bedroom in Annie's house. So we're gonna make use of the community centre and make Joanne a really nice bedroom. And don't think of this as like a dungeon bedroom. It is nothing like that. It's just the only room we've got. And also, Annie can also sleep upstairs in the community centre. And Joanne has all the people in Tiny Town to help look after her. So that's how I'm thinking of it. And you can think of it in a negative way, but let's not be negative. I know she's got no windows, but we're going to make this room really nice for Joanne, because obviously for some reason she has no parents, but we're going to make her a nice life in Tiny Town. And it was just a lack of space was the reason she didn't get a bedroom in Annie's own house. So, but we're not going to let it stop us making a nice life for Joanne in Tiny Town. So she has got a teddy, a massive doll's house, books, pictures on the wall to try and make it look a bit more cheerful. The only thing she's missing is a window, and that's just something that I can't add in here. But otherwise, I think she's got quite a nice little room. We're getting her a comfier bed because that other bed looked really clinical and just not very comfortable. She's got a little seat so she can have a little chill out and a read in a room. She's got nice tree pictures. Maybe Annie's painted them because she's creative. She's a photographer, so maybe she's a dab hand at art as well. Maybe Annie's decorated those walls for her. And a nice rug so she hasn't got the hard floor to get out. Could you imagine that, getting out of bed onto like a stone floor? It'd be freezing. Well, it would in the UK anyway, unless you live in a hot country. It'd be freezing on the floor. So yeah, she's got a nice rug to step out onto, cute bed, bookcase. Yeah, I think her room's really cute. And she's got loads of people to look after her, and that's how I'm thinking of it. Not keen on that door because it looks like a prison cell. So that's going to have to be changed. But at the minute, it's a nice start for her. And at least Annie's fulfilled her needs of wanting a child. And yeah, she's taking care of her, trying to make her feel at home in Tiny Town. So Annie's aspiration is very family orientated, and it's like big family. That's not something that we are going to achieve in Tiny Town. It would take too long, and the episodes would be really, really long, especially for Annie. And also, I don't want her to age up and affect others' stories as the last two residents join Tiny Town. I still want Annie to be the age she is to join in. So that's why I've decided not to finish Annie's aspiration in this challenge, because it was just something that would affect the rest of the gameplay for this challenge. So I think it depends how you want to play it. You could age Annie up and do it that way and still have people move in, or if she's the last resident, it would work even better. But for me, and the way I wanted to play the challenge, I wanted everybody to imagine like they're all moving in similar times to each other, and they've created this town together. So for me, it didn't work with Annie's aspiration, and that's why I've just chosen not to complete it. But yeah, I think it depends how you want to play it. But as long as she's made an effort towards it and she's fulfilling her needs, like she's a mum now and she's got a good relationship with her child as well. Her parenting skills have gone up quite quickly. So I think I'm happy with that side of it. And then it's just to make sure her house is perfect, and then that will fill the rest of Annie's challenge. So yeah, it's not going to be perfect, Annie's story here, but it's going to be as close to it as we can get it. And yeah, I think there's going to be compromises with this challenge because there's so many different characters. There's a lot going on. There's the build part of the challenge and relationships with other people who live in Tiny Town. So there is a lot going on. And yeah, it depends what you want to prioritise, I suppose. So I just want to make sure Annie's got the best relationship with Joanne, and then that will fulfill that part of the aspiration. Like, she wants to be a family person, and if she's got one child rather than 3 and she has a great relationship, I think that works really well. So that's what I'm aiming for, the best relationship with her child that she can have. And otherwise, yeah, just making sure she's got good relationships in Tiny Town, and that she fulfills her career needs and makes her house as nice as possible. And that is quite a challenge in itself, so I thought that was enough of a challenge. Cypress is doing a little bit of cooking, although he leaves it. I don't know why. He starts the cooking but leaves it. Luckily, Annie timed it right and she come and got some berry waffles. that Cypress made. So thank you, Cypress, for feeding the town. Oh, Ziggy popped by. Not seen Ziggy for a while. Annie's decided to take some selfies in the toilet. These probably wouldn't sell for as much. Oh, she's used a toilet selfie for her photography wall. Nice. Everybody who comes to that community centre will know where that picture's been taken, because they only have to go in the bathroom to see those tiles. So they know where you've took your selfie, Annie. You've not hid that very well. We've used one of Cypress' handmade ornaments. I don't know if they're called ornaments, but from his woodworking, we've used one of his makes as a decoration for Annie's studio. So it's nice because it combines different people in the town, and their makes can be used in other people's properties, and then it just ties all the town together, or helps tie the town together. We're getting a little bit more decorations in the studio now. So she's got some beams that separates the waiting area from the studio. I think that's quite a nice touch. They've got separated areas even though it's one big open space. We've got some studio lights now, which is a nice, makes it a bit brighter, because some of the pictures I took in here originally were really, really dull because we didn't have any lights. I did really like the lights I just put up, but I didn't know if they would stop people walking underneath because I'd sized them down to fit. So I wasn't sure if they really would work. So I ended up switching them anyway because I didn't want to risk somebody not being able to get through. So I put a little toilet downstairs. This is for anybody who's visiting the studio who may need the toilet, or the photographer, because she's got caught short a few times. So I thought it would be nice for her to be able to have a downstairs toilet, so she's not running either to the community centre or upstairs to her flat. So she's got a downstairs toilet now as part of her business. So for visitors to her business, there's a toilet. And it's just a basic toilet and sink. It's really nothing special, but it's useful, and it stops Annie having to run miles. Well, it's not miles, but it takes a sim a long time to get to these places. So it makes sense for her to have a toilet there, because the amount of time she's been taking pictures and then she's needed the toilet really badly. So that toilet placement is needed. She's just taken on another freelance gig, so hopefully she can make a bit more money just to finish off the bits she needs for her house. So she's having a chat with a style influencer, and she's got a couple more pictures on her photography wall, which is good. I think that's a really nice addition. Look, she's got Azure, Joanne and a selfie. So they're nice additions to the community centre. In the light wood as well. I think that goes with the green wall. It looks really nice. So Leanne's popped over, and Annie's going to do a little bit of a makeover on her, take some pictures. So she's in an everyday outfit, but I actually think she needs one in a sporty outfit. So I think this was a bit of an error to do her everyday outfit, but it is what it is. She's going to have a couple of makeovers, is Leanne. And I don't know which look I was going for. Oh, I remember now. Yeah, I think this look really suits her, actually. And once she's got her hair done, I think this outfit kind of really suits her. It's a bit bolder than her original outfit, but I think it does suit her. I really like her hair curly. I do like it curly, but I didn't end up going for that. I thought this is more like a standout look. Probably not for every day. I just shouldn't have done it as an everyday outfit, but I think this look really suits her. And then with her makeup change and everything, yeah, I think it's a good little look for her. So, but she probably doesn't want feathers in her hair every day. That was probably a little bit overboard. And a little bit of blush. Nice red lip, and it finishes it off. So she did take, or is she going to ask her to pose? Yeah, she's going to take a couple of studio pictures. Why is it they don't stay on the spot? Like, I thought the spot was for them to stand there, but they go on the spot and then go to the left and come forward, which makes it harder to get a good picture. Like, if they was in the middle of the backdrop, that would be a lot better. But yeah, she kept moving, and I don't know why. Just another Sims 4 thing. But she got a few good pictures there as well. So who's this? This is another style influencer. And I think this is the one she gets to pose in sportswear. So she needs to take a picture of somebody in sportswear. But the makeover she did on Leanne wasn't in sporty outfits. So that was the mistake that was made for the last one. So we needed to get some pictures of her in a sporty gear. So this time, I did want to keep some of the purple because she was in purple originally. But I wasn't really keen on her sports outfit, so we changed it up. I really don't like those trainers either. So they get changed. Oh, well, it was like a pink, but it's similar to purple. Yeah, I thought I'd gone with purple, but it's pink. She went with pink. That lipstick is horrendous. So I just thought, if it's sporty, let's go natural. A bit of lip gloss. Less severe blusher, and some earrings that you could probably go running in, like the hoops, so they're not going to catch on anything, or hopefully. And then her hair down, her hair tied up so it's out of her face, and I think that's quite a nice little sporty look for her. Again, she went to something that's not a spot, but that's where they'd like to pose for some reason. So yeah, we're getting some. I think this is quite a cool sporty shot anyway. So we've got some of those to get the freelance gig complete. I don't know why we went back into CAS. That was kind of not needed. And then that just gives us the money we need to kind of finish off Annie's house. These like burnt bits and stuff, they're from the dumpster, so we'll just do them up a little bit so they kind of don't ruin Annie's house from burnt furniture. But at least we're using the stuff that we find. We're just gonna refresh them, make them a bit newer. I hardly ever use this plant pot, but I thought it really suited this build. I have to remove the mail that I've just popped down there because that stops a sim walking through the door and going upstairs. So that had to be removed, unfortunately. I liked the idea of having it because it was somewhere where she could put her mail. Maybe the mail gets delivered before she's going up to her house, or when she's still working, she could have popped her mail there. But it didn't work like that, unfortunately, in the game. So I couldn't do that. I've extended the black backdrop just because of the problems I've had with people staying on the spot. Yeah, they still don't stay on the spot. In fact, I think she came out even further now that I've extended the backdrop. But I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. It's just one of those things. So Annie is trying to get into her bed but realised she can't because of the mail, so that has to be removed. And then we're going to try and get her to actually have a decent night's sleep in her bed now. And I think, hopefully you do think this looks like an industrial build. I definitely think you can tell the difference of all the personalities with the buildings, because like Cypress's is woodworking barn style, Beatrice is the storybook, Frank Stem's is, was it Victorian greenhouse or something like that, and as yours was, what was yours? I can't remember. Ooh, yeah, I can't remember hers. But yeah, I think you can tell all the different personalities. Bohemian, that was it. As yours was Bohemian. So there's definitely not a, you know, like if you walk down a street and you can tell all the houses have got the same theme. These, you can tell they're all individual builds with people with completely different styles. But I think that it looks really nice. It looks like a really cute little town. So yeah, I'm really liking it. And I like the industrial style anyway, so that's probably why I've really liked building this one. I've decided not to flatten this lot, but I've just elevated the land around the house so it's a bit more smooth, and then the path kind of goes into the stairs. So yeah, and I think that helps with the industrial vibe as well, not having it all flat. So yeah, Annie's journey is pretty much there. We are getting there really quickly, actually. This has gone really fast. This episode has just flown by. I think it's because I'm a little bit later with this one as well, because I was hoping to get it done at the weekend, but I just didn't have the time. So this one has flown by. But I hope you've enjoyed Annie's episode. Let me know what you think of it. And if you do like Tiny Town and these videos, please give the video a thumbs up or subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you don't want to miss any of the other episodes of Tiny Town or anything that I've got coming up. I'm hoping to get the next episode of Tiny Town in by next weekend. And we've got a long weekend, so I've got a good chance of getting it done. Possibly by Monday at the latest, but I'm hoping by Sunday. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm hoping we get another good episode of Tiny Town in. I'm not sure who we've got next. I've not filmed it yet, so I've got to actually get the playtime in this week so that I can get it uploaded for the weekend. So I'm going to have a busy week with this one. And we've only got Ziggy, I can't remember his last name, and Opal Gem left. So we've only got 2 more residents of Tiny Town to get moved in. She's getting a few pictures of Joanne. Hopefully she can use one of these in her room. That, I think there's some pretty cool pictures. Yeah, so she can use a picture of Joanne, and she needs a couple of smaller ones as well to finish off her photo wall. But yeah, I'm going to leave you there. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good week. Whatever you're up to, have a good week, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.